select that material type, click on element group assign, and scroll down to check where your number range is, which will be at the last. So select that number range, click on copy. Now when you scroll down to the very end, you'll see that the number range is now assigned to this material type that we just created, ensuring that when we create a material under this material type, the number will be assigned from this range, and this range will be for internal assignment. Save it. Right? So like this, we can maintain the number ranges for any number of material for any purpose, whether internal or external, and the number range that we created was defined to be maintained as internal assignment. Okay, if you check this box when you are entering the number range, then that number range becomes external assignment. Okay. The next configuration step is to understand how to create the material groups. So go to define material groups, restrict general, material master, settings for key fields, define material groups, click on execute. Material groups identify the kind of material which are used in the company code, right? So to create a new material group, just click on new entries, enter a 1 to 9 character alphanumeric code and the description. You can enter any code, whether the name of the material or just a code to identify the material group. Okay, you can enter whatever you want. So since it's just a code and a description, just enter the code and description, and when creating the material, the end users are going to assign the relevant material group code. Now, when you create the material type, when we have maintained the number range, you can also define the output format of material numbers. Now, output format will define how many number of characters have to be displayed for the material. Now, since we have created a 5-digit number, if you want, you can limit the output to just a 5-digit number. And when you check the leading zeros, it will indicate that the system has to display all the 5 characters, irrespective of whether the material number is actually a 5-digit number or not. Let me show you what I mean. In the standard setup, without any configuration, when we go to MM60, enter a range of 1 to 5 characters. The system will display the material number as the actual number. Like this, the material number will be displayed as the actual number. But when you complete that configuration and save this configuration, now when we go back to the list of material, so once you complete the configuration, now when you go back and check the list again, now the system will show me the material number as the complete 5-digit number, whether the material number is actually a 5-digit number or not. In this way, I can define the output format of the material number as required by the end users. So here, as you can see, all the numbers are now getting displayed as a 5-digit number. Okay. So the next one is creation of purchasing groups. So we go to IMG, Materials Management, Purchasing, Material Master, Purchasing, create purchasing groups. A purchasing group is used to identify the person or group of persons who are responsible for all purchase related activities for a group of material in the specific plant. So here you can specify a code and a group name, or so you can create a group, or you can create a name. Based on that, you can create a name like this, name or math or anything. Yes, click on save. Now, one interesting thing about the purchasing group is that it is not directly assigned to any plant or purchasing organization. Based on the logical assignment, the number of purchasing groups will be created and given. The list will be given to the end users, and they're going to use the group as required for each plant, for each purchase. Right? Next one would be to specify the shipping instruction. Shipping instruction is any specific instruction to be followed by the vendor during supply of the material. So after the purchase order is sent and the vendor is supplying the material, if you want any specific care to be taken for supply of that material, it has to be specified in the shipping instruction. So it's just a code, a 2-character code, and a description. And this checkbox is to indicate that the instruction will be printed on the purchase document. So based on the client requirement, again, we can create as many shipping instructions as required. A shipping instruction can be assigned to a material using 3 options: through the purchasing value key, through the purchasing info record, or in the purchase document itself. Based on the requirement where it has to be assigned, the relevant option will be selected by the end users. Now, another interesting, the last one would be your purchasing value key. Purchasing value key is used for maintaining values for multiple purchase delivery related elements. So it's just a 1 to 4 character code and a description, okay, and the values. So you can maintain the values for the reminders, that is the number of days after which the reminder will be sent, either before or after the delivery date, whether acknowledgement is required from the vendor for this communication, what will be the delivery tolerances, that is the quantity variance, how much less, how much more, and what will be the shipping instruction. Now, when creating the purchasing value key, values for all these elements need not be specified. You can create a purchasing value key only for reminders and acknowledgement, or only for delivery tolerances. But usually purchasing value key may not be created only for shipping instruction, because the shipping instruction can be assigned through other ways to the material also. So again, based on the client requirement, we create as many purchasing value keys with different variables, different values as required. And when the end users create the material, they're going to specify or select the relevant option, right? So these are the configurations for the material master. The next session, we're going to talk about the vendor master, right?